you to do this. Now, these AI programs here will give you the opportunity to explore a different types of content. So first of all, if you are writing and you're attempting to create outreach letters and you would like to, do response emails and maybe create social media posts, there are a couple of sort of competing ways to look at. You've got ChatGPT, which we just saw, and Claude, which is another of the top AI models. Both of these are models that you have to pay for. You can use them on a limited basis for free, but all of these tools, when we start to get into the higher edge, generally has a subscription a price. We'll be looking at graphics generators, so either Canva AI or DALL-E to help us design posters and social media posts that we can share with ease. And then also some videos to how to create some of the little short videos like the ones included in this presentation. So let's just take a look. So these is a list of all of the language model AIs, the sort of the top ones that are out there. And every time that I normally do these presentations, I talk primarily about ChatGPT, and I get people asking questions, but have you used Gemini or Grok? So this list, and if you want to take a picture or screenshot, it tells you what each of these actually do, right? And then it has a star next to it of which one that this reviewer, his name is Peter Yang, he's well known in the tech space, feels that probably is the best currently as of October 2025 at doing these types of things. So you have the best for everyday answers is ChatGPT. If you're looking to do some writing, it would be Claude. Also, coding. I don't know whether or not you would need to code a website, but that's something that these types of language models can begin to do. And you will see that ChatGPT has image generation, and so does, of course, then Gemini. But you'll see which ones do those individual things. So when it comes to the picture generations, which if we're designing posters and we're designing things to be put out in the public to raise awareness in sort of a catchy, flashy way. Canva AI has an entire platform that it is beginning to design. They're calling it their Creative OS that has a virtual suite. It's like it's not, they're trying to say it's like an operating system, but essentially it allow you to do video editing and image generation and all of those within one a suite of tools.
Daniel, I'm going to ask
Do-
questions here too, because I haven't
yeah,
used a lot of
yeah,
these, which is awesome.
okay.
Is
Mhm.
is there a basic version for these? Does it cost money? And
Yes,
other
yeah.
people, if you
So
have questions, put it in the chat, and I'll monitor the chat too.
perfect. Yeah, each of these has sort of like the preliminary user, which is about 9.95 a month, right? And then they have the sort of the corporate versions, business versions that get a little bit more expensive on each of those. Um, I highly recommend that districts and clubs begin to look at putting aside funds for the tools necessary to help automate and increase our membership outreach. It is something that if you talk with Tracy Gray at New Clubs and a membership department, that is something that they will allow as cost within membership development grants. So this is something that you could for your club or district level be able to cover. So that's a great question. Yes, there are different levels of that. Now you can see some of the images that DALL-E does here, and I've just put a couple together. It is a lot more specific and better at creating text. A lot of the times when you see AI and their AI pictures, you'll notice the language is off, like that the letters just don't spell what it's supposed to do. DALL-E is currently one of the best at being able to get writing done the best, which allows you to create posters a little bit easier. So I took a look then at videos. Now, this is one that is a little bit more expensive. So you're now probably talking about $15 a month for the basic plan. But Synthesia AI is a really cool thing that it actually allows you to take these avatars who are real actors that have recorded every possible way of saying things and instantly take a script and turn it into a professional quality informational video. And this is just a quick example of like the quality of what it looks like as far as the image. So it allows you to eliminate the need for cameras, microphones, actors, or complex editing skills. You could literally say, here is pick an actor and let's have them say, Lions is the Lions of Hawaii are looking to expand in our community service in this particular area. If you're interested, come and join us. And it looks like a newscaster level quality. So if you ever see a video of mine that is just a person talking for a long time, it's because I'm using this app in order to create that effect.
Hey Daniel, is there an inexpensive one or a free one out there that you've tried before? I've tried a number of them just looking through apps, and some of them are very, very difficult. They don't do a whole lot, but it gets the job done if you're doing a simple one.
Well, and that's why I wanted to show you Runway. So
Cool.
Runway is one that is easy enough to use on your phone. And it is the cheapest, and it gives you unlimited generations. And that's the important thing. As long as you're willing to wait and it's not like a rush, it gives you unlimited generations. And when you start to talk about video and content creation, part of the issues is that you are limited by the number of videos you can make. They're very expensive. They give you a number of credits, it eats them up. But Runway has the ability not just to generate videos, but generate images and then turn those images into videos. So I did a quick example, and this I did literally from my phone. So sitting at the, sitting at my desk on my phone, this is an image that was created. I said, a happy puppy smiling and a Join Lions poster. And then this is the video.
Really great quality.
Right. And so I didn't add the music, but I wanted to just be able to show you how realistic that is. And so, if you ever see me take a picture of you, be careful because you may end up in an animated AI video.
I've
Don't
been
worry,
there.
I won't. Yep, I won't post it online, I promise. But it allows you to do really fun things like that. So this is one I'd recommend, even just for the fun of club meetings. Take a picture, while someone's, sitting at the meeting and then make them dance on the table. Everybody will laugh. It's a good time. And when you think about, membership, making sure that you could use AI to have fun. That's the key. So, unfortunately, my boarding time is in a couple of minutes. So I just wanted to show you very quickly, another quick example. So this is just a language model, and it says, "What are you working on?" It says, "Create a Facebook post inviting new members to join our Lions Club." And in less than 20 seconds, it creates a Facebook post. Join the Spicer Lions Club. Want to make a difference here in our community. The Spicer Lions Club is looking for caring, motivated people like you to help you serve, connect, and make an impact. And there it is. And it's well written and it's simple. Um, just it's sort of in closing on this particular section, I want to show you the real results of using AI. So St. Jude's, the hospital, AI used and analyzed donor data and storytelling and raised donors to 25%. So before AI and then after AI. The Natural Geographic use AI to catalog thousands of images, slashing search time for campaigns. And then there's a lion in Calcutta, Saba Islam, who created an entire new club branch in Calcutta by using AI to identify volunteers who wanted to serve online to advocate for protection of children against child predators. So AI was used to identify people who had a specific passion in a specific community, and she used it to write outreach. And now there are new lions serving, helping protect kids, which is such an incredible thing. And with that, sir, I'm going to have to turn it to you and hop on a plane and fly out to Dublin.
Absolutely. We'll see you here, Daniel. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. And with everybody else, give me just give me a chance here to share my screen now that we've taken care of some of our issues and some of our problems. And there we go. And let me just get my chat back here so I can keep an eye on and any questions and stuff that you guys may have as well. Please just go ahead and do put it in the chat box. Let me get up aside here. And where we're going to take this off at, and I first of all have a couple questions for you guys as well. I kind of want to know the group that we've got here as well. How many people in this group have used AI, let's say in the last week? And maybe how many times have you done it? And you can raise your hand or you can put it in the chat box here. And then I want to know, I'm kind of old school, and yeah, I know technology. I own a computer company, but sometimes it's just tough to change what you are so used to. And I got to the point that I wasn't sold on AI yet. I wasn't sold on Chat GTP, but I got to the point I couldn't catch up. I couldn't respond to my emails. I couldn't come up with all the different things I needed to do by getting a flyer or coming up with ideas on how I can keep membership in my club. And the more you start to use this, the more that the capability is there, but you use it as a tool. You don't necessarily use it to make your answers and make your decisions. What I found out is that if you type in an email and type in my ideas, my objectives, my opinions, and let it shape it a little bit and let it make it a little bit smoother. And then I can use those ideas and make it better all the time. And that's helped me so much in being able to respond to things so much. So those that have used Chat GTP this week or any one of the AI products, how many have had it to help them within Lions? And then I want to know how many people have actually used it to help grow some membership and stuff too. Because in a moment here, we will just take and we'll do some ideas of things of how we can help within our club to be able to do things as well. Okay. So with that, let me go through, excuse me, where Daniel left off. And you can do things on a manual basis, you can do things on an AI enhanced basis. So let's compare. If you do something manually, like a generic email or a follow up, it just like I said, it takes me a long time to do it. It gives me a limited thought process, and my spelling is not always good. It takes me twice as long. But when you do an AI enhanced, a personalized message, and the more you use it, the more it gets to know you and starts to talk like you too. Kind of makes me scared a little bit. But you can do that with instant replies. You can do it with a broader connection. The difference is hours. The hours that you save and the more people that you can inspire to be able to serve. The biggest thing, and you all know Daniel, he's a very busy person, and I am too. And you kind of wonder, how do we have enough time in the day to do these things? I have found out as I started to use AI more and more that it gives me much more time to be able to complete my tasks, to be able to do additional things if I want to be able to do it. And that's very, very important. So, picture this. If you could tell AI to write a Facebook post inviting maybe teachers to join a literacy project, or if you have a project around the community, make a Facebook post so you can just very quickly put that in there. And you might put in three or four of them, and then boom, the post is ready to go. Otherwise, it may take, most of the time, I just won't get around to it. I'm sure a lot of you are procrastinators like me too, but AI can craft spotlights on members, the new members you have. It can give you thank you notes. It can give you event blurbs. It can actually write the service report for you. And it's freeing you up to be able to take that time to talk to more people. So the retention thrives on attention. So if you want to keep your members, you have to keep working very hard to be able to do things. And we'll go into Chat GTP in a moment and say, how can we retain our members better? How do we get more people to come to meetings? How can I be reminded of the birthdays and stuff that are out there? So those are some things very important. Jackie, I see you using to do Facebook posts. That's one of the easiest and nicest ways to do it. And it gives you a broad range to be able to hit a lot of different kind of people. So it's going to accelerate the things that we do, which is one of the most important things that we have to do. So we have to keep the heart in our high technology. This is vital. Technology serves people, but you have to be able to use it in a proper way. Like I said, you still need that inspiration. You still have all the creativity. This is just going to help you to come up with more ideas that you maybe wouldn't have even thought about as you're crafting what's a plan for my club. And also, you have to make sure when you're using AI, you want to protect your club. You want to protect the data that's in there as well. You want to be very careful and you want to make sure you don't just say, give me something in AI and post it out there right away. Take it and copy it and put it into an area and edit it, make it feel more of yours as well, and make sure that everything is okay. Make it look authentic, and AI just amplifies your humanity. It doesn't replace it and the things that we do all the time. So that's very important. So I want I'm gonna give you a challenge right now, and then we're gonna go into Chat GTP for a moment. But I want to give you a challenge. Um, Try one AI tool this week, and you may want to try different ones too. And I missed some of the conversation in the beginning. Put in the chat box the different type of AIs that you have. Are you using Google's Gemini? Are you using ChatGTP? Are there other ones that are out there? But I want you to try an AI tool this week, and you may want to try one like Daniel was talking about, maybe one with a quick video, or maybe one that is making a post or doing something like that to be able to help to challenge you to be able to increase the growth within your club or increase the growth within your district, whatever you want to be able to do that. Let me pull over my internet here and let me just go to just a plain old chat GTP to begin with. Now, you can also make this. Um, I keep feeding it with Brian's information, and I've actually got a voice of Brian here. So the more information it knows about me, the more that it starts to talk about me as well. So what are you working on? Let me just go to the voice of Brian here, and then it will say, can I reword something for you? Let me just put something in here as a question on what we want to try and do with our membership. So maybe just say, what is my club doing wrong and how can we increase our member participation? And let me just see. And I can, because it already knows me, it knows I belong to the Bird Island Lions Club. It's just going to give me an idea here and what I can do. And it's going to say, all right, let's break it down lion style. Your heart is in the right place, but if you're feeling that member participation low, it means that your spark isn't there. So the biggest thing that I get out of this is you get a lot of different ideas that you can start doing things. Maybe you're not shouting loud enough. And I think if you can bring this to your clubs as well, to have them come up with the ideas, that's going to help as well. Limited invitation. Well, I gotta get away from my touch screen here. I gotta use my actual slide rule. Small thinking and projects, neglecting team energy. You're not working together. Let me just add to this. We have about 20 members coming to meetings out of our 80 members. Give me ideas on how to excite them and to come. Bottom line is you're having a conversation. You're having a conversation here as to problems that you're having in your club and how do we make this better? So again, a personal touch, maybe a "We Miss You" campaign. Why aren't you coming here? And you can take that AI and elaborate on that. And I'll show you a couple shortcuts for that in a moment. But people don't come back if they've really forgotten how to do things. So let's remind them that they do make a difference. And maybe handwritten postcards, like it says, or send them emails or make them on a list. You just have to keep that communication going, and you got to keep that accountability, and you got to keep the excitement, and you've got to be able to listen to them, have conversations with them. How do we make our meetings better? And use that by using AI. The fun factor, having theme nights with a purpose, is very important to be able to do too. Have different nights. Bring a friend to a barbecue night. Have different events out there. I think that's one thing in our club that makes us very special. Make sure you have some laughs. Maybe lion karaoke. There's so many different things that we can do out here, but some of these things I wouldn't even think of being able to do. But if you could do little pieces all the time at every one of your meetings to increase your service, that's how you can get it done. The micro mission method, give them a job. Make sure that everybody has a job to do something or come up with different ideas that we can. Even have a session on AI in your club meetings to be able to say, how can we all do this together? How can we do different things and come forward with different ideas? And again, because it knows me, it knows that together we can. That's a challenge series. Turn service into a challenge and the different things that we can do. So you can see that it gives you a lot of great ideas here. Fuel their why. Why aren't you coming to these meetings? Okay? So those are different things you can do. Now you can see all my numbers here are numbered. All the different ideas are numbered. Let me go back to the first one, the personal touch, the "We Miss You" campaign. All I have to do, I'm going to move my screen off to the side here a little bit more so I can see it a little better. Bear with me. There we go. Down in my question, I'm gonna try this. The biggest thing is to try different things. Don't try to be different in the different things you do. I'm just gonna hit number one because that was the "We Miss You" project. And so here's a plan. We need you. So here's what you could do by just hitting that number one, that "We Miss You" type of a campaign. It elaborates on that one. So it just keeps breaking it down into more and more things. The power call plan. We need you. A phone blitz. Make sure that people are being called. Share the duties. The people that are coming, have everybody take 5 people or 10 people and call. We're going to lose people if we don't stay on them and we don't continue to do the things that we're doing. And then why it works, because it's personal. It's not an email or a text. And these are just things that are going to be able to help you out. Okay. Now it just says make the first call. It'll also give you suggestions. Then shout back here when it's done, and I'll give you step two. I'm just going to say, give me steps two. So it knows what you're talking about in your conversation already. Have a welcome back night. What to do? Plan a one of a kind welcome back night. So then what I could say is, let me go down here a little bit more. And now you just have to be creative. I can just say, okay, give me an action plan. I don't even have to spell it right, which is really good for me, for this. And it's going to come up with step by step on what you need to do. Our goal is to reignite participation from inactive Lions by hosting a powerful, heartfelt, and fun welcome back night. I don't know how many of you guys do this, but we do this with our members that have left us. We have a one-time come on back, just a celebration party. You might have left for different reasons. Maybe you were too busy. Maybe I had kids growing up. we have to have a reunion every now and then as well. We do that once a year. We'll do a reunion and we'll say, everybody come on back, see the great things we're doing, and maybe now is a better time for you to join. So this is going to give you an action plan of what you can do in order to make this reunion come back. Now the other, and again, it just makes your life so easier, and it's just giving you ideas. Now you take and look and see what you think may work good for you. Let me, as an example, and I know somebody posted in there, give me a flyer to have a reunion night uh, on November 15th at Athman's Inn for a social and karaoke night. Now, with the free version of ChatGTP, you're able to probably do one or two type of a posters, and then it says you can only do so many in a day. For the, I think it's $20 a month for what I have subscribed to, I can do as many posters as I want to be able to do this. I'm going to say, you didn't do very well at giving me a poster. Give me a poster for a reunion night, the Bird Island Lions. There we go. So now what he's doing is actually creating a poster for me, and now I can fine tune it. I can keep adding to it. I can do whatever I want to when it gets done with this poster. So you can do so many things. Now, once I get a poster done, I want to use AI for as many different types of steps that I can. And next, I might want to make a Facebook post so I could advertise this and put it out on Facebook. Then I might want to do an email. And with all the same content, with all the same information, you can also um, take and drag and drop or do a copy and a paste of a picture of one of the service events that we have going on. And it can take that and it can create emails in regards to the happening. It is so intelligent. It is so smart. It is absolutely unbelievable on what it can do. This will take just one moment here. And you can see the spelling isn't real good there. You can see Bird Island, and maybe that's how I spelled it. No, I spelled it right. And you have to be very persistent, or you might want to try one of the other ones that Daniel had said too. There's the other examples that he had of just very simple, easy to do things. The other thing I will typically do is I'll maybe make a picture. Um, Change the word Bird Island Lions to Bird Island Lions. So you just have to be consistent. You may have to keep working back and forth a little bit until you get it the way that you want it to be. Let's give it one moment to do that. But again, you just have to be very creative in the different things that we do, or the different things that we have to try, and the different things that we have to attempt. Why don't you guys put in the chat too other things that you use AI for when it comes to Lions and when it comes to the club to be able to do certain things? Yeah, actually, if you want the presentation slides, we'll put them out there as well. And you'll also have a recording for all three of these sessions tonight. So you can join in there and be able to look at the other sessions as well. That was Maxine asked if the slides would be shared with everybody as well. And I know that's to get some of those ones that Daniel had talked about. Again, I haven't tried a whole lot of them as well. You've got to try different ones for the different things that you want to try and accomplish. I want to try and start working on some video ones that I haven't used in the past as well. They've used it for new inductions, the ceremonies and installations. I did that as well. Make sure that you have these so that they're fun to be able to do it. I actually did one we just started a new club up here in Minnesota. It was at the Mayo Clinic and it was for ophthalmologists and optimists. And I said, I want a new induction ceremony for things dealing with the eye. And actually, I asked Lori to do that, and she came up with one, and it gave all the different things, like the president would be the pupil of the eye, and another, the secretary would be the retina because they do things. It's things that are just outside of your reach you've never done before. And you can see now, if you're very specific and the changes you want to make to that, it comes up and it makes it much easier to be able to do. And don't put a lot of wording in them usually as well. It's different ways that you can do it. Can you also also make a Facebook post for this event? And again, it will just come up very easy in the different things we do. And Mark Urick, he says so many things: press release drafts, sponsor letters, speeches, social media posts, recap of meeting, project plan, golf event. Let me show you an example of one of those two. And Mark, I know you probably have done this with like a press release draft or a newspaper ad. I'm going to open up another screen here. And here you can see, here's a nice Facebook post. I could just do a copy and paste. Let me try something here that I used a while back. Let me go to lionsclubs.org. Let me go to my Lion portal here. It's nice when you can start importing stuff too, or you can make copies of things to bring on. Let me go to a login, and I'm going to go to my club, and I'm going to say, give me a service report from the Bird Island Lions. Bear with me and see what kind of an answer I get here. Oh, no results. I got to remember how I did this now. I'm going to go to view reports. I'm going to, let me see if I have one on service here, Lions. Sub achievements. I'm hoping this will give me what I want. And maybe I just want to do a press release. I want to put an ad in the paper that says, these are all the great things that our club has done. But whatever I can copy and paste out of here. This is probably a really bad example, but I'm just going to do it here anyway. If I can get a service report, copy. Here is information about my club. Give me a summary to put an ad in the paper. And then I'll just paste something in. This is a very bad example, but you get the idea. If you can get one of your service reports and just put it in here, and it's just going to compile the information and pull it all together to give you the type of things you want. Absolutely. Here's a newspaper ad. It's saying we're roaring with 76 current members dedicated to service leadership and fellowship with a rich tradition of community involvement. It's just whatever the only limitation is the mind that you've got to be able to try the different things that are out there. Let me also, let me take and let me just go to my file here. Let me take as an example. We've got minutes. Let me just take the minutes of one of my club meetings. And I'm going to go to Lions. And let me just go to my foundation. And let me just take my minutes. Somebody's saying that they're making a newsletter out of the information that they did. Oh, I don't want to use that one. Copy. And let me go back to my chat again. And let me see if it will allow me to paste. And there's my minutes. Oh, sorry, didn't take my minutes from that. But you get an idea. I can say from the last one I had, make me up a newsletter. But again, there's so many different things that we can do. Yvonne says she's also used it to set up an agenda after giving it a copy of the previous minutes. Absolutely. Those are great ideas, Yvonne. And again, just to shorten up the different things that you have is so easy to be able to do. Let me see if I can grab a quick email here too. And again, this is to take and shorten up your time. I actually had, let me, bear with me 1 second. Bear with me. I'm just going to try and grab an email here. Here's a guy that I sat on the plane with, and we just started a conversation, and he just moved into Pennsylvania area, and he said, "Thanks for taking the time with me on the plane." And he just he does some things in regards to vision impairment and making websites better. And I didn't have a lot of time to respond to him or anything else. And I'm just going to take a copy of this. And again, I don't have a lot of time to do some things sometimes. I'm just going to say, um, please give me a Brian's voice response to this email. And I'm just going to put the email in there. And again, the idea is to be able to make this, again, it's in my voice. It gives me ideas of the different things that we can do. And again, just it's so nice, so easy. It gives me a nice composed letter. Wow, what a joy to hear from you. No delay needed to apologize for. It's absolutely my pleasure meeting you on the flight. And then the thing is, if you can keep modifying it all the time as well, please add it to it that I want him to meet our IT division at Lions International. When can I set it up? So again, he'll redocument his letter again, put the things in there that he wants to, and kind of go from there. So those are some of the things that we had done in being able to correspond and to be able to do the different things that we can do in AI. Let me bring it back to, I think we're going to be getting back to our other group here in about 37 seconds. Again, I just want you guys to try different ideas, do different things with people, try different ideas in order to be able to get growth going back to your club. And it has to do with retention, it has to do with rejuvenating, it has to do with new clubs. Anything that we can do to be able to try and make this better, to bring back to our club, the better it's going to be for everybody. Okay? And we'll have questions on the other side too. If people have some questions, if you have questions or comments here, please put them in there if you would for me. We'll meet you back on the other side.